Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that stance. That's a bold stance.
I got him a wedgie. Why are you looking at my butt all the time, bro? You always commenting on my butt.
It's officially time for a nap.
We're back from our Texas road trip, and we're headed to familiar ground, Bayou Black. Before we head to camp, we make a quick stop in Lafourche Parish to meet with a few folks and talk about some of the latest coastal restoration projects. That's why today we're meeting with locally elected officials, folks from ConocoPhillips, and Ducks Unlimited. These partnerships are critical to keeping coastal Louisiana alive and thriving. Projects like this take community and coordination from all directions.
Historically, if you go far back, it was solid marsh, healthy marsh. It collapsed, degraded over time. And what we did through our partnership with Conoco and Lafourche Parish and the state of Louisiana through the Coastal Protection and Restoration Authority did this restoration project. This project was the creation and nourishment of about 140 acres of salt marsh. So what we did was we hired a dredge contractor to provide an erosional buffer for this important levee system.
People who may be watching this may not understand what actually happens when that water pushes in from a natural disaster, a hurricane specifically, and what this will look like and why this levee is even here.
When a majority of the 10th Ward flooded for Hurricane Juan back in '85 is when people started to really pay attention, right? The levee district really got kicked into gear. There was some local tax dollars that began to flow. But for Hurricane Ida, there was water until about 3 foot from where we're standing for the hurricane, right? On the very end of the system where the levee is about 18 foot tall, we had about 17 and a half foot of water down there. So we pushed the limits of what the system can do, and it performed beautifully. Without projects like this, right? Without trying to rebuild the 60 or so square miles of land that we lost because of Hurricane Ida between Terrebonne and Jefferson, in the Barataria and Terrebonne basins, it makes this levee system more vulnerable, right? It means we got to put more dirt on top of dirt, more tax dollars that have to be brought in.
We've got this 140 acre marsh creation nourishment project here. We have a terracing project just north of here where we built about 20-ish thousand linear feet of terraces using some NOCA dollars and some Conoco dollars. If you do a little here, a little there, a little here, a little there, over time it adds up, and there's really a good symbiotic relationship between those projects.
ConocoPhillips developed this restoration partnership with DU over 10 years ago. In that time, Conoco has contributed $13 million to the partnership, developing projects and building projects just like this that we're standing on here today.
After the overview, I wanted to see this restored marsh for myself. So into the airboats we go to get our hands dirty.
This area right here is the CAP project, which was a parish project back in 2010. CAP is Coastal Impact Assistance Program. So they did a 50-acre marsh creation project right here. And we could just kind of look at some conditions out here, water depths and kind of soil conditions by doing a little bit of probing. But the idea behind terrace construction is you want to get a peek at what's below the water, right? How deep is it? What are the soils like? You want to kind of see, is it mineral? Is it organic? Is there any clay in there? This is pretty silty. There's a little bit of clay on the pole there. They decompose when you pull them out of from under the mud. They're good from a standpoint of growing things, but just building terraces, you really, really want to have some clay. Yeah. Some solid clay. Good foundation, right? Yes, sir.
It takes a village, but really, it takes the whole state to keep projects like this moving. Between tax dollars, private funding, and donations from organizations like Ducks Unlimited, we're finally starting to see real solutions to coastal erosion. All right, we're back in Terrebonne Parish at Bob's, rounding out our tour of traveling Texas and Cocoa Marina. So we wanted to end at home right here where it all started. We got opening weekend of the last split here. Big cold fronts up north, a lot of ice, a lot of snow. Hopefully they push more birds down, because we haven't had that much luck early in the season. But it's time to get on the road or on the water, head to the camp, get settled in. What do you think? Start cooking.
I'll go work on the point, because I can do that by myself. I just want to go mess with that point and everything before dark.
Let's
we
get
need
the
brush.
flipped on. Let's make tracks. Jay, I'll ride with you.
Yep. Mount up, move out.
By the time we get back to camp, the crew is already rolling. Juice, Sean, Adrian, and Blakely head out to cut brush for tomorrow's hunt, while me, Jay, and Ben set up the point for a crawfish boil.
Last weekend was a split. We had hunting last weekend. They was out in Texas, so it's been quite a little while since we hunted here, so we're gonna freshen up on some brush. You know, I like to cut brush. You gotta get them close, you know. Gotta get it close.
With the water down and a little ground showing, we figured this was the perfect place to kick off the final weekend at camp. All right, we are. What's he calling this, Jay? Jay's calling this
Hobo Point.
Hobo Point. That's better than the honeymoon hideout, because his name just doesn't fit this crew right now. We're boiling crawfish. Juice is the lead. I'm just helping out. This is a classic Louisiana dish that we've never cooked on duck camp dinners. Juice suggested it. It's the beginning of the season. Says, why not? It's good weather. Do it while the rain holds off, which is looking like tomorrow, and then we'll boil some crawfish.
Never did it at the camp, and not only the camp, on this beautiful point like this. I mean,
Yeah, bro.
we lit a fire here, but boiling crawfish, I mean, man, they can smell that from a mile away. They
Just
can.
come fluttering in.
We better hide our boats. So we got a crawfish ball going here. I got some good slap your mama seasoning that we about to put in here before we put the veggies in. I go a little bit light on the seasoning because the veggies soak up a lot of seasoning. So I'm gonna do the veggies for about 20-30 minutes, take it out, put the crawfish in for about 3 to 5 minutes once it comes to a ball, and then we all gonna be happy. Potatoes and onions and garlic been going on for about 15 minutes. So now it's time to put our carrots in and our celery for the last 5 minutes and let that go. We'll put in our The old Cajun saying is, when you're boiling crawfish or you're boiling seafood, they say clean out the garden of what you got. Don't matter what you put in there for veggies. What you got, you put in there, you eat it, it's gonna be good. Let it come up on that. Let it come back up to the wall. Time it for about 4 minutes. Shut it off.
Hobo Point.
Last night's crawfish boil and campfire was one to remember, but this morning, we've got to get down to business before this weather turns nasty. We're gonna set up like straight or just off to the bank, you think?
I think we set up straight.
Get in there, boy.
Oh, hi guys.
All right, so we got Blakely, Jay, myself in this boat. We got Juice and Junior in a boat just 10 yards on the side of us. We're hunting this little pocket that we've had some luck in this year, but tried to beat out this rain and the lightning. But although here it comes, we got a little rain on us right now. We'll see if the lightning can hold off. But it's shooting time right now, not seeing anything flying. It's overcast, so we can expect a kind of a later flight to get up and start trickling in. Hopefully we get a trickle, get a few birds on the water.
I love duck hunting.
I do. Not in rain. Especially when they're thick like this. Ooh, it's the best case. If we would be smoking ducks right now, we wouldn't be complaining about the rain.
Well, clearly, you only complain when you're doing that.
There'd be no complaining about the rain. We're shooting ducks. I want ducks.
Come on,
Just give us something, huh?
You would think if that rain was bad, though, they'd be flying early. We could feel that pressure.
Oh, little marsh hen starting to get up. Oh, I think I just saw a duck. We saw our first duck.
We didn't know what to do with ourselves.
About 80 yards out. Hit it, Jay.
Shoot.
Hey.
Get him.
Oh, not a scratch.
Hey, Bruce.
Bro, it almost fell in your boat.
Four on your right, Connor. Four on your right, Connor. Coming down.
Good shooting, boys.
There we go.
What we got?
4.
Yeah.
Nice.
Good work, guys.
Those were working good.
That was fun.
Birds starting to fly. Got a few birds on the water. Look like to be all ringnecks right now, but we'll take it considering the season we've had so far. They're flying around. They're doing their thing. They're giving us a look, and that's all we can ask for.
Oh, here. 2 of them. In the decoys. Group in front.
Oh my gosh, here they come. Here they come.
Right side, right side.
Bang on them.
That was cool.
Go.
Oh! Nice. He gone.
Did.
Might be all the population we hunting is what we've seen already.
Well, the problem is, what I'm seeing is that it seems to be in between the breaks and the rain they're flying.
Jay, you want to call it soon?
I think we should. We'll be picking up in the rain, but it's about to get worse. It's on the radar.
Hey guys, we might call it here soon.
When the rain and lightning roll in, we call the hunt early and head back to camp. We leave the decoys out because we know we're coming back in the morning. Even with the short hunt, we did better than we expected. With the forecast looking wet, we do what we do best: cook.
All right, we're back at the camp, starting to dry off. I'm just cooking up a little simple French toast and some meat on the side. We might go out again once this rain passes, so I want to get everybody fed up. Today we got a lot of cooking to do, so real simple breakfast right now because we're going to start firing up the grill and the ovens and chopping up some onions, of course, here in a little bit.
This morning, I'm making easy camp-style French toast. The trick is to toast your bread in butter first before you hit it with the egg batter. That extra layer of brown butter flavor and crispiness takes it over the top.
Look Look at that. Look at that stance. That's a bold stance.
The weather clears enough for a little friendly clay shooting competition between meals. It might not be ducks, but I just like to shoot.
Oh.
It was a beast. There you go, Adrian.
Next up, redfish tacos. After I season a little hog loin from our Refugio hunt for a mid-course snack. It's not even midday and we're still cooking. We brought coolers full of ingredients back from Texas and we're putting them all to work this weekend.
I am starting the prep work for one of the 17 courses we're having today. And I will be making stuffed bell peppers with a deer that J&M shot in Texas. The first step of the process to making these stuffed bell peppers is I'm going to go ahead and just remove all the tops off of them, clean all the seeds out the inside, spray them with a little oil, and then put them in the oven and let them start cooking while I make the filling.
Every family down here knows this one. Ground meat, rice, and green bells. Perfect for feeding a crowd.
Now that our peppers are ready, I'm going to go ahead and stick them in the oven for a little while and let them start softening while I go ahead and get the filling going. So what I'm doing now is I'm taking all the extra tops that I cut off and just quartering up all the excess bell pepper, and I'm going to add it to my Trinity just to give it a little extra bell peppery flavor, because that's kind of the goal and the star of the dish is the bell pepper. So we just kind of wanted to really implement that flavor. First step with making the filling for these peppers is I'm going to go ahead and just start browning up the meat. Go ahead and just season up the meat. I like to use a little soy sauce just because it adds a lot of extra sodium and just gives the meat a really good flavor. A little lean parents and just some other dry rubs that you like or prefer to use. Shaky down for the count.
My boy come get me for the most important part of this whole dish. Not this whole dish, any dish. Everything about this is glorious.
Our onions have been going for about 20-30 minutes now, and they kind of get into the color we like. I usually like to go a little longer, but my boy Juice is over there complaining that he's hungry, so we're going to go ahead and fast track this a little faster. So next what we're going to do is we're going to add our meat back in, and then we're going to start incorporating our pre-cooked rice that we had already cooked ahead of time, just so we get the consistency we're looking for. And all those fats that broke down from that deer meat helps kind of bind. You see how it's starting to bind up to that rice, and that's what's going to really bring in everything and tie those flavors together. And we're just going to keep repeating the process till we got a good consistency. Then we'll pull our bell peppers out the oven, stuff them, top them with some breadcrumbs, and then put them back in the oven for about 15 minutes.
Tonight, we're making a meal that ties this whole season together. Rabbits from Refugio, woodcock from East Texas, ducks from Bayou Black, and a little wild hog andouille to bring this jambalaya home.
I'm making a rabbit and sausage jambalaya. There's also gonna have some woodcock from East Texas, some ducks from today. So really a smorgasbord, which is how kind of jambalaya came to be, is finding different proteins, getting them together with rice, and that's what made your meal. An iconic jambalaya is deep, rich, and brown, and you only get that from seasoned browned meat and vegetables in the pot. So it's really important that you take your time, get it nice and brown and cooked before you move on to your next steps.
The key to a good jambalaya is patience. Don't overcrowd the pot. Season well, take your time, and get that good color on the meat. Because when you do it right, there's no better way to feed a camp.
All my meat's browned. Now we need to brown the Trinity.
All right, I'm adding my liquid now. I got a little beef stock. And I'm gonna match that with some water as well.
Will there be tuber in the jambalaya?
No tuber in the jambalaya. All this wrap. All of this. Hold on, Dewey. Thank you. And all the woodcock and teal breast. That needs to come up to a boil and then simmer for another 20 minutes. Our meat's been simmering for about 20-30 minutes. Now it's time to add the rice. I do a 2-to-1, meaning there's 2 parts liquid, 1 part rice. I'm just measuring it right here in this cup. All up in there. All right. The rice is in. It's gonna cook for about 35 minutes. Kind of simmering with the lid on. Then I'm gonna eventually kind of flip the jambalaya or stir it and then let it go for another 10. It's about a 45-minute cook altogether. That looks pretty good right there. Oh, don't get out. He almost snuck out of there, Mitchie. Oh my gosh. He's definitely sneaking out of there now. The jambalaya is done. It's been cooking for 35 minutes. You can tell the rice is nice and fluffy. There's no crunchy rice, so to speak, but just in case there is some in the bottom or in the little nooks and crevices, I'm gonna put a lid on it and let it rest and finish steaming for another 10 minutes. Jambalaya is perfect. You just gotta snuck myself a little bite. Make sure we're all seasoned good. Got some beautiful teal meat right there. Little rabbit front leg. Some rabbit saddle. Gotta get a hind leg up in there. Oh, and some woodcock. All right, that's your rabbit and wild game jambalaya made with wild Texas hog sausage. That's the last dish we got cooking for today. It was a marathon today. 7 dishes altogether that we cooked from breakfast to now. So this should hopefully put us to bed and get us ready for a good hunt tomorrow morning.
Between the bayous of Louisiana and the open skies of Texas, food is never just eaten. It's a memory mopped on a slab of ribs. It's the grind of putting ducks on the strap. It's the victory of ending the day around a table, hearts and plates full. A pot of gumbo steaming on the porch. A brisket smoking through the night. Ducks dropping into flooded fields, same as they have for centuries. Louisiana taught me meals are survival stitched with the joy of culture and nature coming together. A messy, beautiful story told in roux, rice, and fire. Texas reminds me the size of a man's heart matters more than the size of his account. This land demands grit. Cranes on the high plains, hogs in mesquite, and flounder buried in sand. Every bite is earned. The pride bold, the hospitality fierce. But no matter which side of the Sabine you stand on, no imaginary line on a map can keep us from the table that ties us together. Built with smoke, sweat, and a seat for anyone who shows up hungry. Duck hunting is a practice in patience, crafted like a hand-me-down heirloom. waking before dawn, watching the world go quiet, then come alive as the birds first cut across the sky. As this season winds down, I see it clearer than ever. These places might sing different songs, but they beat the same drum. At the end of the day, that's what Duck Camp Dinners is about. People bound by the outdoors, folded into meals and memories, shared in the camps and communities they call home. Messy, beautiful, wild. That's the story of the places we love. And if we don't carry these meals, these hunts, these songs forward, they vanish. And so do we.